7 right through to, how much more have we got to go through? Yeah, why don't you read right through to only happy, joyously happy on page 8. It's the second paragraph, the end of the second paragraph.
Middle.
The middle,
Go.
yeah. No, shoot it. Yeah.
He wants you to read.
It's your turn.
The Course takes the insights from these rich traditions along with many original ideas and fuses them together into a completely original system, a perfectly unified microcosm, with its own terminology and imagery, its own logic and styles of thought, its own unique vision of reality and approach to the human condition. This system is relentlessly logical, being construed with the tight, extracting reason of a geometric form, yet it is infused with great literary artistry and poetic beauty. It is anchored in the loftiest of philosophical abstractions, yet is focused solely on penetrating and transforming the fabric of our everyday lives. The private intricacies of the mind and heart, it is utterly uncompromising, yet filled with spirit of total freedom. It reasonably, beautifully, and compellingly presents a totally radical and deeply challenging alternative to our basic approach to life. The purpose of the system and the reason that it is designed to be a world unto itself is to draw our minds into a completely different way of thinking. In this system, inner values relating to God, love, forgiveness, and sharing, values that inspire us but seem impractical, become suddenly logical and natural. It is here that we find much of the Course's amazing ability to transform minds. Furthermore, because of the primary thrust of the Course is to heal, not to explain or entertain, it possesses an extreme simplicity of focus. The Course is simple. It has one function and one goal. For this reason, it completely ignores most of the concerns that we consider essential to life. In life, it does not deal with far-flung theoretical issues, nor with science, history, economics, medicine, etc. Nor does the Course acknowledge individual differences, not even gender distinctions. In short, it leaves no room for our remarkable ability to get sidetracked. Instead, it presents a radical simplification of life's paramount issues, focusing all its energies on the single crucial choice that can solve all of our problems. What is this choice? Is it the choice to heal the deep inner illness that is the source of our pain? The Course says that we are almost all unconsciously ruled by a mindset of extreme separateness and attack, a condition of mental isolation in which we look upon the world through condemning eyes of judgment and anger. This mentality not only throws us into a state of war with the world, it also places us at war with ourselves, crippling us with guilt and waffling us off in icy loneliness out of fear. Icy loneliness out of the fear of the world around us. To heal this mindset, we must realize that it is this, and not the world, that causes our pain. Furthermore, this mentality is not the true picture of reality. It is an illusion. Therefore, we can let go of condemnation and choose instead to see the light of heaven in everyone and everything we look upon, reaching out to the world in a new relationship, one based in love, joining, and giving. Healing our relationship with the world also heals our relationship with ourselves.
Ooh, that's good.
we become innocent, peaceful, and joyously happy.
Thank you. Yeah, if I correct anyone at all from in the reading, it's just they've misread. That's because our eyes are not always 100% all the time. But we just don't see it properly. So I think, like you said, waffling instead of walling us off. So I just want to I hope no one ever takes offense, because all I'm doing is to make sure we're all understanding.
It's part of his English education. He corrects me continually.
But I don't mean to be critical. All I want us to do is to stay with the exact reasoning of the course. And walling us off explains that perfectly. So just a couple of things I'd like to point out on this. It fuses everything together into a completely original system, a perfectly unified microcosm with its own terminology and imagery, its own logic and styles of thought, its own unique vision of reality and approach to the human condition. The system is relentlessly logical, okay? And it is utterly uncompromising. Half measures avail us nothing, we might say, yet filled with the spirit of total freedom. It stresses inner values relating to different ways of thinking, values that inspire us but seem impractical become suddenly logical and natural. The course has an amazing ability to transform minds. Nor does the course acknowledge individual differences, not even gender distinctions. I've even known people in groups objecting to the use of masculinity, the he instead of he, she throughout. So they've changed the whole course by striking out he and putting she in, to someone who is extremely,
You mean
Lynette. You remember Lynette, okay? And that's radically in resistance to what the course is saying.
Absolutely.
Because if we understand the course, it said it makes no difference in gender. Okay,
anal, right?
we have to. You can't say it because it is neutral, and she and he, they're exactly the same. They're exactly the same because God made man in His image. Man image made he, man woman made he them. So it's His reflection is combining both genders. I mean, we all have wonderful women, female
Qualities.
qualities, thank you, as well as the male masculine qualities. All of us do. But like a lot of men have decided to go all male, all masculine, and a lot of women have, I won't say a lot of women, I'll say many women have chosen to be all female.
Well, I think the sexual identity crisis that we have in the United States or in the world today is a reflection of the sexual identity crisis we have with God.
With a
Exactly.
Very good.
Thank you so much.
That is
There's only one true relationship.
When we stop making God one or the other gender and stop trying to identify with it, we can just be.
Thank you. That is wonderful,
well
and that is
said.
the right
you remember
answer.
that? I'll make a graphic.
And
I
that,
dare you to remember it.
Oh my God!
well, she can. Of course
You
she
are
can.
amazing.
Yeah.
And
Yes,
be careful
it's-
with her. It'll be on Facebook.
We got it recorded. It will.
It's important. It is important for us to have these understandings right at the beginning if
Right.
we can. And that's why, can we remember all these? No, but they'll have a copy of this and they can read and reread it. And I mean, I'm not talking about you guys, so maybe you understand everything of this already. I personally have to go back into this myself all the time to make sure I know what the course is saying exactly. Because I want to move into absolute full knowing and true perception. Okay, so if you would now, Mary, read on from...
Well, I want to say that in my perception, because studying genealogy, I learned a lot in genealogy. That all the word woman is womb, and they took the B out. Womb, man. So it's a man with a womb. This is KISS. It's
Yeah, and that is wonderful.
That's
but
pretty amazing.
That's all it is.
yeah, it is.
It's
and
a
that's,
man with a womb, and man covers humans.
Yeah.
Man.
Exactly.
You know, if you know anything about science,
yes,
we're
yeah,
man.
yeah. But what they can, that is your explanation to yourself.
See that?
Basically.
Isn't that what they call theory?
Yeah, okay. But like there is a definition of everything in this introduction to A Course in Miracles. That's what I'm pointing at. And people will come up with all sorts of things, okay? I mean, that's a good definition too. Okay?
Well, it works in my world, and
then
if it
so
doesn't
is
work in yours, that's
so is
fine.
talismans,
You know?
okay?
Thank you.
But
Well,
we can
yeah.
all agree on what the Course's definition is, okay? So
Right.
do you want to read on now? Mary?
Sure.
We learned this.
We learn this critical lesson in the context of our everyday lives. This fact brings out another quality of the Course, its down-to-earth approach. As it says, God takes you where you are and welcomes you. The Course does not concentrate on articles of religious belief, nor advocate withdrawal from the world. Its goal is not otherworldliness, but a practical interchange in the arena of day-to-day living, which will make us happier, healthier people who are healing influences on the world around us. This leads to the Course's heavy emphasis on human relationships, for it is in our perception of other people that our most important choices occur. Whoa, I got a graphic then. It is here in the area of relationships that the Course perhaps most fully establishes its own distinctive path. Time has been saved for you because you and your brother are together. This is the special means this Course is using. A Course in Miracles could be called a course in the healing of relationships, for it is in how we see others that we can both get in touch with and transcend the ego-centeredness that is our fundamental problem. It is for this reason that forgiveness is the Course's central teaching, since forgiveness is the relinquishing of attack upon others in favor of love. Oh my God, I love that. Okay. In the choice to forgive, we shine healing light deep into the hidden core of our brother's pain and our own, releasing us both as one into the reality of love. We can now gain some idea of how the Course weaves together its diverse elements. It takes the essential Eastern distinction between reality and illusion and applies it to the psychological level, saying that it is only our psychological illusions that block us from heavenly awareness. We then learn to undo the blocks in the context of the Christian emphasis on relationship as an instrument and child of God and as a brother and healer to other people. The synthesis can also help us understand the Course's strange title. The title, A Course in Miracles, means that its purpose is to train us in the eliciting of miracles, to educate us in the choice between the spiritual reality of love and oneness and the worldly illusion of attack and separateness, a choice that allows God's Spirit to heal both our brother's mind and our own. This healing then radiates outward, awakening a greater happiness, peace, and joy in all living things. Overall, A Course in Miracles presents the image of a modern holy book sent as a healer of the core sickness of mankind. Its author uses his powers as a master educator, psychologist, sage, and savior to create a rich and complex system totally concentrated on affecting the one simple interchange that can unleash all the rest. It says that the key to healing the human condition is within our grasp, within our own hearts and minds. In the choice to forgive, we can escape all the pain and suffering of the world. We can bring healing to the hearts of others, and we can be united with God.
Wonderful, thank you.
Right.
Just a couple of things I'll point out here. Illusions. You know, a lot of mention of illusion in the Course. The definition of illusion is misperception. That's the primary definition of illusion. You can say a dream. Well, we know what a dream is when we're asleep, but there's also the waking dream, walking around. We think we're awake, but we're actually not in the present moment, and so basically we're asleep. We're either thinking of the past or the future. And as the past is a current thought, and in effect so is the future, our mind is totally occupied and we cannot contemplate on the present. And as you might so have heard many, many times, being in the 12-step program, we've got one foot in the past and one in the future. We are defecating all
Big
over
time.
the present.
Right, right. You guys support that statement.
Is
So-
that when you got in, is that when you got in the AA?
Well, of course,
Oh, that's
yeah.
very funny.
And that's where the word dream comes in. Remember we were talking about dream the other day? That a dream is another, it's an
It's a-
illusion.
yes,
It-
yeah.
It is and
A
is,
misperception.
right?
And not
Yes.
being and like from the four illusions is
The
so
four agreements, you mean?
four yeah, thanks. We'll come up with four illusions easily. The four agreements, never to take anything personally. That is
Right.
so important, because if we keep this on an impersonal basis, thinking of man, woman, generic man, if you like, then if we want to reason anything through, we think of always as man being the exact, unique, individual expression of God, which is his Christ. That's the nature of God, is Christ, the definition of Christ.
But
It's not,
Christ consciousness, that gets thrown around so
Well,
much
that is-
too.
that's-
It's a consciousness, it's not a human being.
right, it's his nature.
Right,
The
it's
consciousness.
consciousness,
Christ,
right.
I agree 100%. So it helps us to change our mind, which is the definition of miracles. The common definition is changing one's mind through the change of attitude, through the change of knowing, so that the things you look at change. Whatever you look at, the things you look at change. And the exact definition is metanoia. The Course calls it metanoia, which is the ability to change one's mind. That's the miracle. Not the wonderful miracle coming out of nowhere, but by changing one's mind, we will actually realize, come into the recognition and realization through knowing, as our understanding goes from faith in the Course to understanding and knowing that there is no such thing as sin, there's only a mistake which can be corrected. We cannot do it on our own. We appeal to the Holy Spirit, which will correct any mistake with our participation, our agreement. It will also go to the point of knowing there's no such thing as fear. There's only love, unconditional love, which is a hard thing for most people to swallow. There's no such thing as fear. It will take us to the heights, knowing that there is no such thing as death. I mean, and at this point I will point out to people that the book comes with a manual for teachers, okay, which I will cover as well. And it will tell us all about these things. There's no such thing as death, no such thing as sin. All about how we can be healed. And I have 28 principles of the Course to heal through Course principles, which we'll do a workshop on eventually. So that's the handout for today, which they have. And as I say, I'm not going to read it every time, but it may be as well to read some highlights. And I'll ask you guys, what do you think?
Yeah.
To anyone that's new.
Excellent. There's a lot of juiciness, and it's always wonderful to go back and be accountable to what it is you're studying.
Absolutely.
And the review is just priceless, because every day we change our thoughts, every day we change our mind, but to go back and see where we started allows us the power of that journey.
So,
That's a wonderful point. So should we allow, say, 15 minutes? This is a 2-hour session, right? 11 till 1.
sure,
That's what you've advertised.
hey, I'll be there till forever. Oh yeah, you did, you put 1
Well,
p.m.
there's got to be
For
an end
tomorrow.
date on it
But
for
who cares?
your
Are you okay?
private life.
Are
And,
you all right?
If I'm not, I just can leave. I'm going to go to the session at Unity
yeah, she'll be leaving for Unity.
That's-
What do they have at Unity?
at 2 o'clock. Jim, we have a class over there.
Which
Um,
one?